Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot forecast. These predictions are for February the 23rd, which is Saturday. And we are going to go ahead and start with Aries, just like we normally do. So, Aries for Saturday, February 24th. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever's already done that. I appreciate that. Aries, the card that you have showing up here is the Page of Arrows. Now, the Page of Arrows is a card that tells me that you guys are investigating something that is of a supernatural or spiritual nature, something that I call the secrets of the universe. Secrets of the universe are those things that actually influence our day-to-day lives that we're not taught about in fourth grade. Okay, so things that are metaphysical, things that are supernatural, paranormal, ESP, mediumship, psychic, tarot, runes, um, law of attraction, reiki, shamanistic healing, all of that type of stuff. So this really talks about checking out something that is of that realm, so of the secrets of the universe, and really investigating, finding out how much of it is real. Is this really for real? Is this chick holding up this card in front of me? Is she really for real? If I buy a deck of cards, are they really going to give me answers for real? If you already know that something is for real, Aries, then this could also be you investigating it further, seeing how you can use the reality of whatever this supernatural thing might be to help you in a more practical way than what other people might be aware of. Okay? So exploring something that is supernatural or some kind of secret of the universe. That's for Aries for Saturday. Hello there, Sarah. Glad to see you here, my dear. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I do appreciate it. Those of you who are helped by these videos, please go ahead and share these with other people. My goal when I'm here is to help as many people as possible, so the more people I can be in front of, the better. All right, so let's also just announce really quickly while we're still working with Aries that I do offer live readings as well as Reiki sessions and pre-recorded readings. All of that information about that can be found on my website. Let me adjust this camera, which is www.amista.info. That's better. Once you are at that website, you can find out whether I'm the best service provider for you or not, and then get a hold of me and we'll get you scheduled quickly. All my contact information is there. Tiffany James, happy Friday to you, my dear. It is Friday, isn't it? Happy Friday to all of you who are on a 5-week work schedule, 5-day work schedule during the week. Happy last day of work for the week. Okay, so next up is Taurus for Saturday, the 23rd of February. See what kind of core card my Taurus friends pull out today. Here we go. Taurus, it feels like things are really thick. It almost feels like on Saturday you're feeling like whatever you get accomplished, you're kind of having to trudge through mud to do it. Some of you may be feeling like you need naps. All right. You do have a good card, though. You've got the Five of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse just tells me that there was a situation where you might have been feeling a little bit left out. And now that is no longer the case. You feel like you do belong. There is another translation to this card, but I'm really feeling like the one that I just gave is the one that applies to the vast majority of you. So we're going to leave it right there for you Taurians on Saturday. Next up, we have Geminis. Gemini for Saturday, the 23rd of February. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I appreciate that. Gemini. You guys have the Emperor You guys are taking charge of some things in your life that I kind of feel like it hasn't necessarily been the norm for you to take charge of. For some of you, I don't necessarily want to say it hasn't been the norm. Let's back out of that. Let's say it may not be something that happens on a regular, often basis, but it has happened before. For some of you, this taking charge actually has to do with things that are going on in the bedroom. That's one of the first impressions that came into my mind. For others of you, this is going to be something that has more to do with professional life. Now, that's a really interesting combination. Not saying that you're going to take your professional colleagues into the bedroom and take charge, just saying that either in your professional life, you're going to be taking charge of some things that you haven't been making decisions on before. And for others of you, you're going to be taking charge of things in the bedroom. Okay, we're just going to leave that there, because those of you who are getting this card, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, so I don't have to expound on that a whole lot. And next, we're going to move on to Cancers. Okay, so Cancer for Saturday, February 23rd. All right, so Cancers, what you guys have showing up here is the Strength card. This is one of my favorite cards to come up, guys, because it really talks about something that is so important for all of us. This talks about feeling very comfortable in your own skin, being aware of who you are, being aware of your flaws and your wonderfulnesses, both, and being comfortable with both, being satisfied with both, knowing that, yeah, I have some flaws. I also have some things that kind of offset those flaws. And if I want to improve those flaws, I can work on them. Maybe I don't want to at this moment, and that's okay. I'll get around to it later. You know, just that whole idea of being very comfortable in your own skin, being very comfortable with your own self, being very comfortable with who you are at your very core, being comfortable with how you handle things, being comfortable with the idea that there are some things in your life that have impacted the way that you handle things, and being okay with that. Not beating yourself up, not pushing your own self-esteem down. Just knowing that, I don't know if my religiousness or spirituality is going to blend with yours, but there's a really big feeling here of knowing that you were created by somebody who did not make mistakes. And he didn't make a mistake when he created you. He didn't make a mistake if you're missing the third eyelash from the left end of your right eye. That wasn't a mistake. That's a part of your character. And if you have other things going on that could be considered imperfections, realize that those are not mistakes. That's what we have here. We have you being very comfortable with yourself and who you are. Okay? And that's for Cancers on Saturday. Hello there, Kinks and Curls. Glad to see you back, my dear. Tiffany James. Emperor and the Strength card resonate. Cool, cool. Glad to hear that. Thank you for the verification. All right, we're going to move on to Leo here in a second. Leo, Leo, Leo. And this is Leo for Saturday, February 23rd. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Okay, Leos. Four of Arrows in reverse. Saturday, you guys are going to be doing something in a place that is not your normal place of doing things. So if on Saturday you normally go to lunch at a certain cafe with certain people, maybe you're not. Maybe you're eating at home. Maybe you're meeting different people at a different place. Maybe you're meeting the same people at a different place. Something is happening at a different place. Maybe you're making an overnight trip. You're going to be doing something that is in a different place from where your normal has been on Saturday. For some of you, you could literally be moving house, moving office. For others of you, this is as simple as taking your child to a different babysitter than usual. Okay, so lots of ways this can manifest, but something is happening very literally in a different location than normal for you on Saturday, Leos. La, da, da. Next up, we have Virgo. And this is Virgo for Saturday, February 23rd. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you to those of you who are finding this video useful and sharing it with other people so they can as well. I like to help as many people as possible, so the further this video gets spread, the more there are that are possible. Virgos, you guys just had a boatload fall. Only one fall right set up, so we're going to read that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fall with face down. I'm expecting Virgos for a reading tomorrow. Anytime more than 5 cards fall, I know somebody needs a reading. Okay, so Virgos, the card that fell face up is the World card in reverse. And the World card in reverse just tells me that on Saturday, you're going to be figuring out that something that you thought was the ideal and the perfect target or goal to stretch for or reach for is not exactly the ideal. When the World card comes up in reverse, it's not so far from the ideal. It's not time to throw this in the trash that you've been reaching for, but it is a time that makes you want to adjust the target a little bit, adjust the goal a little bit. It's just a time of tweaking it so that it does become the ideal. But when it shows up like this, Virgos, this just means you're realizing, well, wait a second, this isn't exactly as perfect as I thought it was. What can we do to make this better? Okay, that's where you are on Saturday, Virgos. Quiet welcome, Kinks and Curls. Next up, we have Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. This is for Saturday, the 23rd of February. All right, Libra. You guys have a fantastic card. This is the best card I've seen you guys have in a long time. You've got the Chariot. Yay. Now, the Chariot can have a double meaning. It can talk about that you're traveling, although that's not the typical meaning that I particularly see with this card. It can be talking about travel. Generally, travel by motorized vehicle. Generally, travel on the ground when we're looking at the Chariot. All right. But the other thing that comes up, and this actually comes up to me more strongly than the travel, my Chariot is my happy couples card. So for some of you, this just talks about that you're having a really good day with your spouse or your significant other, that things are really going well. Things are going forward, progressing in a good way. For others of you, this doesn't have to be about a significant other or even a love interest. It could be a love interest, but this could also be about really having a great day with a friend, going in the same direction, having the same goals, having the same targets, working on those together, really enjoying that time and building more of a foundation or more of a bond with that other person, whether we're talking about a friendship or whether we're talking about something that is more significant. Either way, this is a highly successful card that does talk about working together with somebody else in a very positive manner. Okay? Great card for Libras. Yippee-yi-oh-yi-yay. Congratulations. All right, next up, let's look at Scorpio. So this is going to be Scorpio for Saturday, the 23rd of February. Scorpios, feels like we have a lot on our minds. These cards just want to be shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. Let's see what comes up. We got our card. Okay, so we got the death card, Scorpios, and I'm laughing because this really personifies us being ruled by Pluto, being ruled by Mars. You know, this is the whole idea of Scorpios being able to just go into the depths of ourselves and really dismantle any old thought processes, old beliefs, and then put things back together again in a way that is more productive and that helps us move forward in a happier, more fulfilling way. So we do have the death card. The death card just talks about that. It talks about going into the depths and taking it all apart to rebuild it. It talks about that whole phoenix experience where the phoenix crashes into the earth in a fiery, fiery flame, just burning up everything except for the very frame of itself, and then rebuilding and coming out of that more glorious than before. Okay, so this is kind of how we operate. This is our mode of operation. When we realize that something isn't working for us, we crash that baby. We shut it down. We shut it down and we look for, okay, is this something that can be revived? If it is, how can we do that? And if it's not something that can be revived, then what can we do that's going to be something that works even better for us than this thing that we had to shut down? So this is us. This is normal us. This is kind of what we do all the time anyway. So for me, when the death card comes up for Scorpios, it's much, much less alarming than it is for the other signs. And to be honest, I don't see it as alarming for the other signs either, because it is a card all about transformation. And when this card comes in, it talks about that transformation that we're making is one that helps us move forward more productively and more happiness makingly in our lives. So there is something that we are picking completely apart and we're reworking and we're putting it back together so that it works more smoothly, more efficiently, more productively, more happily in our lives. Whether that's our perspective on something, whether that's our way of thinking, whether that's our way of doing work, whether that's, having to do with making our relationships more solid. There is something that we are changing, and the change is going to be drastic. People around us are going to notice this change. There's nothing subtle about this. Okay, so that's what I have coming up for Scorpios for Saturday. And you remember the word dismantle for that? Yep. We are very good at dismantling and then putting things back together. A good thing to think about when you think about Scorpios, I don't know how many people have been to basic training, but in basic training for the U.S. military, I would imagine for all the branches, because I know it happens in the Air Force, and the Air Force is not like the brawniest branch of the military. And yes, I can say that. Don't anybody get offended. I was a member for more than 4 years. We were taught how to take a handgun, actually take a rifle, tear it all apart, clean it up, put it all back together, and we were taught how to do that quickly. That's what Scorpios do all the time. We take something that is maybe jamming up a little bit, isn't working as well as we want it to, isn't doing what we need it to. We take it apart, we examine it, we figure out what moving parts aren't working, we redo things, and we make it all better. So this is kind of normal for us. Yes, Gemini was the third one. So that was way back there. I'm on the 9th one now, so 6 signs back. Okay, so next we're on to Sagittarius, which is February the 23rd, Saturday. Thank you, Tiffany James. La da da. I think it would be an interesting read for you, Socio, if you would go back and rehear that too. There was something a little out of the usual, just a little twist out of the usual for that one. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius for Saturday the 23rd. Okay, so Sagittarius, what you have showing up here is the pole star. I like the pole star. It's a really good card. It just means that you are feeling a real sense of purpose and direction on Saturday. You know what your goals are. You know what your mission is. You know what your target is. You know what you're trying to reach for. And the reason I like that so much is because when we have the pole star, when we know what our purpose is, when we know what we're trying to accomplish or what our mission is, then it makes decision making really easy. If we have choices to make on Saturday, then what happens is we think, does this align with the mission and the purpose that I have in mind? And if it does, then you can add it into your day. And if it doesn't, then you can kind of pass on that. It just makes it really easy to figure out what you want to do. All right, so Sagittarius, having a sense of mission and purpose on Saturday. For some of you, your mission and purpose may be babysitting grandkids. I'm going to take that back. For some of you, it is. Not for most of you. But for some of you, it is. Somebody out there that's watching this video. Let's look at Capricorn. Oops. Okay. This is Capricorn for Saturday, the 23rd of February. All right, Capricorn. Princess of Cups on Saturday. Princess of Cups actually in reverse. Kind of important to say those types of things. Princess of Cups in reverse. Normally I don't get this particular read off of this card, but my first impression here is Capricorns, you may have the difficult task of letting somebody know what your true feelings are. The way this card comes in, it may be that somebody has feelings for you that you are not really matching for them. And it may be a situation where you feel like you have to say that to them. Never an easy task. Kind of something that you would like to get around. Just about all of us would like to get around that. Because nobody really wants to hurt somebody else. But I feel like this kind of feels to me, Capricorn, like you may be backed into a wall where you may have to tell somebody, look, I'm just not right there. Now, for others of you, you're sharing your feelings with somebody in your sphere of influence, and this is not as awkward or as difficult as it is for those first section of Capricorns that I was picking up on. For others of you, this is somebody sort of lets you know as a surprise different ideas that they have about how things could be between you and them. And I think it's almost an involuntary reaction to let them know that you don't agree. You're not on the same page. You may not even be sure how they got the idea that it was appropriate to say such a thing to you. Okay? Now, normally, this is my card that says that you're going to be letting somebody know how you feel about them. This definitely has some different overtones tonight, and these are more, sometimes you can let people know how you feel about them, and it's positive, and it's nice, and it's wonderful. This is more sharing of feelings about somebody that are not those positive, nice, and wonderful feelings. So not feelings that are necessarily easy to share. Okay, so that's for Capricorn for Saturday. All right, let's look at Aquarius. This is Aquarius for Saturday, the 23rd of February. Aquarius, you have the Queen of Cups showing up. And the first thing that I hear as I look at this card is having fun. I do think that you are going to be enjoying time with somebody that you care about. Excuse me. Could be female, could be male. We're not really all hung up on the idea that this is a queen at the moment. Although Spirit has a sense of humor. And they're saying, well, this could be a queen. There's more than one definition of queen. But this is somebody that you're having a lot of fun with on Saturday. You're just really enjoying. I'm seeing a lot of spontaneity and just, doing whatever happens to come up and just enjoying the spontaneity of the moment, Aquarius. That's kind of your MO anyway, that spontaneous thing. But I think you're going to be really, really enjoying that interaction. Okay, next up we do have Pisces. Why do I have the feeling that maybe my chat has locked up here? Chat was working for a while. Let me just make sure I'm not missing out on anything, guys. Let's mute that. Oh, I'm not? Okay. You guys just haven't said anything for a while. All right, that works too. Okay, so Pisces. Okay. Pisces, you've got a couple of cards falling out. Ha 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 ha. I want to kind of clarify a little bit before I start talking here. Good. Okay. All right, guys. Just wanted to be sure of some things before I start running my mouth. So what you had fall out is two cards that are in reverse. One of those is the Wheel of Fortune, and then the other one is the Three of Cups, both of them in reverse. So let's break them down a little bit. Wheel of Fortune in reverse just means things aren't going smoothly. They aren't going well. Whatever your goals or your missions or your targets were, you're not hitting them. There's obstacles, there's resistance, there are things coming up. Trying to get through to your goals or targets is like slugging through a foot of mud and trying not to lose your shoe. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune in reverse, things are tough. All right, now we have a clarifying card that came up with this Three of Cups in reverse. This Three of Cups in reverse is telling me that you've got a friend that's bouncing on your last nerve. Okay, somebody that normally you would consider a good friend, or at least a friend that you're having a hard time getting along with right now. Okay, when you couple this with that Three of Cups in reverse, this really just accentuates the idea that this friendship is really struggling on Saturday. It's not saying that this is the end of the friendship. It is saying you guys are having a hard time enjoying each other's company, is the best way to put that. It's really difficult to enjoy each other's company right now. Okay. Trying to feel around if there's anything else that I should be telling you about this combination. What I do want to say is it's temporary. If we had gotten the Three of Cups and a Tower card, or a Eight of Cups together, that would have been something that would be a little more long term. This is just a cycle or a phase in the friendship. It's short term. Okay, so this can be healed. It can be fixed. Just Saturday is going to be a rough day for you guys. All right, so that's for Pisces. Oh, thank you, Ruby. That's very kind of you. All right, so that covers everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I do want to, before I go, thank all of you seriously for being here, for all the thumbs ups. Those of you who have been benefited by this video, I thank you for sharing this video with others so that they may be benefited as well. I do make these videos because I want to help as many people as I possibly can reach out to. You guys sharing these videos and putting the thumbs up on them really does help me get in front of more people. So that is so appreciated. And I also appreciate all of you who have and who will be ordering readings from me, whether they're the recorded readings or the live readings. And those of you who have and will be ordering Reiki sessions. If you guys have not had a live reading with me or even a pre-recorded one question, I can tell you that you will be blown away by the information that comes up, and it comes up quickly. I connect quickly and I give you as much information as fast as I can, because guess what? I want you to trust me and I want you to come back. So I'm not going to be like chewing through your time trying to go slow like some people do. I'm going to be trying to give you as much information as I can, as quickly as I can. So I would love to see more of you come in and get some readings. And same thing with the Reiki. Those of you who watch the Reiki videos, if you're benefiting from that 5-minute little micro session of Reiki, if you can imagine what an hour of Reiki focused just on you, that's not shared with anybody else who's viewing a video, would feel like, it's a fantastic experience. So I would love to do that for more people as well. It's something that's really helpful and makes me feel very fulfilled and satisfied. All the information about how to book any of those things is down below in the description box with my website, www.amista.info. Once you go to that website, all that information is there. Once you've checked that out, make sure I'm the best service provider for you, then go ahead and, all my contact information is there. So just reach out to me and we'll get you scheduled with something as quickly as we possibly can. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, and thrilling weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.